Are you a student who reads so much, study diligently, spend your days at the library, but just when the results are out, they do not reflect the quantum of effort that you have put in your academic obligations? You see, generally, the first advice you will get as a newly admitted student is that you need to study vigorously hard in order for you to achieve academic excellence. Some would say that you need to study for 5 hours in a day, 6 hours in a day, 7 hours in a day. Different hours are proposed to you as the recipe for academic excellence. It's organically wrong with these pieces of advice. However, over time, we've seen copious cases of students who study diligently, spend their days at the library, but when the results are out, their legs is firing. Then the question is, what is wrong? Why studying would necessarily make you pass your law exams? Ladies and gentlemen, why don't you stay?
La sui montagna. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao e seppellire la sui montagna sotto l'ombra.
Welcome back. I'm sure that now you'll be wondering that if studying would make you pass your law exams, then exactly what would make you pass your law exams? My name is Yusuf Oluwafemi Salako, popularly known as Ori David, a 500 level law student of the University of Lagos and founder of the Ori David Consult channel. And if you are new to my channel, I enjoy you to please subscribe. And to those who have subscribed, I say a deep thank you. So today, I want to discuss why studying wouldn't necessarily make you pass your law exam. Then the question you want to ask would be, what do I mean when I say that studying won't make you pass your law exams? What I mean is this. Studying is one of the things that you need to do to pass your exams successfully. But it is not the only thing. See, some of us believe that just by going to the library or just by reading, studying day and night, we think that that is sufficient for us to pass law exams. And that is not correct. Because you see, law is a practical course. And there are times that you may think that you have acquired adequate wealth of knowledge on a particular topic, but in actual fact, there are some areas that you have not adverted your mind to. And that is the reason why I say that if you study and you do not attempt past questions, then you may be sleeping, my guy, on a bicycle. See, what I've learned is this. When we study, we need to also attempt past questions. Past questions help us to have a focus. I've had circumstances and situations where I will teach my students the Ori David Consult online tutorial, and they'll be like, oh, Ori David, we understand. But the moment I ask questions, they'll be like, oh, I have to go back to read. You will see some of the pictures of our chart on the screen where they said, I've understood. But at the end of the day, they could not even attempt questions. They saw questions and they realized that they didn't actually know so much about the concept, or they read that concept but they paid scanty attention to it. But the question served as their compass. It gave them a bearing, a direction. Now they can read with the questions in mind, and that way it sticks. Answering and attempting past questions is one thing you can also do to complement studying. You don't just spend all your days in the library. You don't just spend all your days reading. You also have to attempt past questions, because it is also one thing you can do to pass your exams successfully aside studying. Is not enough for you to pass your law exams. Is that if you study and you also do not know your course, then there is a high probability that you may not do well in the exam. What I mean is, as you study your courses, you need to know these courses in terms of the exams. What I'm saying is this. Take, for example, commercial transaction. Commercial transaction, as a year 3 student, you need to understand that we are going to be given 3 different booklets for section A, section B, section C. So you need to have this information beforehand as you go into the exam hall. And you know that you cannot answer a question in section B in section A. And you also should know that you cannot attempt all the questions in one booklet, that means you have failed. So, which means that if you do not know this and all you have just done is to just study, you're not diligent enough. You do not know this course. You need to know the course. You need to know what the course demands, what it requires. Take, for example, if you are dealing with thought, you need to understand that the way you answer thought questions is different from the way you answer other questions, maybe criminal. So for thought, you want to raise issues. You need to know that, supposing you want to raise issues on assault, you know that you cannot raise issues on whether there is assault. Or you want to raise an issue on negligence, the fact revolve around negligence. You cannot say whether such person is liable for the thought of negligence. No, you would need to know that you use the element of every thought to raise the offense. These particular facts revolve around the thought of negligence, and therefore the following are the issues arising for legal determinations. First, what is the first element of negligence? Whether there is a duty of care. So you see, whether so person owes another person a duty of care. And what is another? Whether there is a breach of that duty of care. Whether A has breached that duty of care. This is the way you raise issues for thought. These are the things that you also need to answer. You need to know, not just for you to just be reading, you need to know your course. Another thing, why studying would not necessarily make you pass your exam is that if you study and you do not plan for exam, in terms of time management, in terms of the way you're going to go about your questions, then you may not also do well as you expected. What I mean is this. See, you have read, but as you're going into the exam hall, you know that is also a different ball game. And it is whatever transpires in the exam hall that will reflect in your grade, regardless of whatever preparations you have been making from the beginning of the semester. Some of us think we should just spend all our time reading. But we don't know that there is a golden rule when it comes to law exam, which is that you must attempt every question. What I mean is, if you are supposed to, you have 6 questions and you are asked to attempt 4 questions. See, if you leave out one question, then automatically what it means is that you're not going to have any score for that particular question, because no one is going to give it even 1 mark for a question that is unattempted. And aside, you see some students, you spend so much time on question 1, question 2, and then you will not be able to answer question 3 or question 4. Or you spend too much time on 1, 2, 3, and no answer for question 4. See, you may get 15, and perhaps maybe 12 on the third question, and you're going to have 0 in the last question. This is what I do. As I'm going into the exam, I go with my wristwatch. I plan for each question 25 minutes. So once I'm done, 25 minutes for the first question, I leave the space. I go to the second, 25 minutes to the third, 25 minutes to the fourth, 25 minutes. I'll still have time left. I'll now go back to the first one, try to complete it, to the second one, try to complete it. And even if I'm not able to complete the fourth one, I am rest assured that I have at least spent 25 minutes, which means I've written a whole lot too on that question, and I know I'm not going to get 0. Because if you do not do this, you may end up not attempting one question. When I was in year 3, my first semester, I had 66 in CT, commercial transaction. CT is a course that I'm very passionate about, especially law of agency, and I'm also writing a textbook which will soon be out, very soon, A to Z on the law of agency, which you should anticipate. So, in first semester, I attempted just 3 questions, and I was supposed to attempt 4 questions. Why? I loved CT. I still love CT. I was writing, question 1, question 2, question 3, and I could not attempt the last question. And at the end of the day, I had 66. So imagine if I had actually attempted that particular question, I probably have had an A. It happened to me also in thought. Thought, especially when it comes to nuisance, when it comes to the rule in Rylance and Fletcher, when it comes to vicarious liability. These are topics that I am so passionate about. And so into the exam, I lost myself. I couldn't finish. I also had at about 65 or there I had a B. I could have had an A. That is what I'm saying. So you don't want to be like that. You don't want, and I also even studied where I had a B. It may even affect you that you may not have something up to a B. So you need to plan for your exam. Plan aside. Another reason why studying will not also make you pass your exam is this. If you are not in that psychological state, the proper psychological and mental state for the examination, then you may not also do well. What do I mean? Before I tell you what I mean by this, I quickly want to remind you to go and download the Precious Case app. Go download the Precious Case app and then subscribe, and you can use my referral code which you will see on the screen. The Precious Case app is a mobile app that you can have your cases online and offline. You don't even need data once you have subscribed. Another good thing is that you subscribe just once. It is not weekly, daily, it is not annually, it is not monthly. You do it just once, and that is all. It is eternal, and you can get your cases online like that. So what do I mean when I say that you should be in a proper psychological state for you to pass your exam? See, majority of us believe in this, we die here, we die here. Of course, law exams are hard nuts to crack, and we actually need to die there for us to pass the exam. But you need to also understand that you must take care of your health. You have to be healthy. And you must also take care of your mental state, your psychological state. Everything needs to be balanced. Yes, life or balance, life no balance. You get to understand. But you have to do your best to tilt it in a way that it's at least somewhat fairly balanced. I remember what happened when I was in same year 3, but it was in second semester, this same city on this sales of goods art and all. I didn't read because sitting now, Oluwafemi, Ori David, I didn't read until a week to the exam. When it was a week to the exam, I started to do overnight, consecutive, like for 4 consecutive days. I didn't sleep for days. I got into the exam hall, saw 6 questions. I was meant to answer 3 questions. I saw number 1, I said I could answer. Number 2, I could answer. Number 3, I could answer. Number 4, I could answer. Number 5, number 6, I said I could answer all the questions. Fine. When it was time for me to then pick a question, I picked number 2 first, I remember. And I saw the question, I looked at it. You know, that kind of feeling like, I knew I have this thing in me. But to produce this thing was very difficult. I was looking at it. I went to question 1, the same thing, back to question 3, the same thing, 4, 5, 6. It was then I knew that I already went blank. Man, I was shaking. 3 booklets, nothing. At about 20 minutes left to the conclusion of the exam, I had written nothing. It was when I heard 20 minutes left, by then I already placed my head on the table. And so I started to recollect some of the things, and I started to answer. I finished answering 1 question, and I was on the introductory paragraph of the second question when it said pencils up, and I had to submit that particular way, and it affected my grade. Like, it affected my grade very, very well. So what I'm saying is, because I didn't sleep, because I didn't put myself in that psychological state, I didn't rest, I just did overnight, it affects. So you need to also understand that while you are studying, you need to also study your body. You need to study your reaction, so to say, your own peculiarities. You need to study that, and you need to put that into focus, and then you need to read. And this is all I have for you for today. Thank you for listening to me. And if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up there. And for those of us that have not subscribed, please do subscribe and help us spread this word. Let people know that there is an Ori David Consult YouTube channel where we teach everything about law, we teach everything about language. We help you academically. To all my fans and subscribers out there, and to those who are watching this video who have not subscribed, permit me to also bring to your notice the Ori David Consult online tutorial. In an online tutorial, we do a one-to-one online session, which means we do not have group. We have classes on Zoom, we send VNs, we also send written materials to you, and we have different plans. We have that for 7K per month, we have that of 10K per month, we have that of 15K per month, we have that of 20K per month. So if you want to join the Ori David Consult online tutorial, you can send me a message on WhatsApp. Also, we have the WhatsApp TV. Yes, we have the WhatsApp TV, the Ori David Consult WhatsApp TV, where we put up everything about law and English language on our status update. If you want to also see my status update, you can send me a message on my WhatsApp. I'm going to drop the link that you should click on and send me a message. My name has not changed. I remain Yusuf Oluwafemi Salako. Do stage again. All right. Okay. Okay. Finished reading this. What's the name of that case? That case. That for me. When Gani for me to get. When me to for so many cases. For me and Abacha. No. So okay. No. So if that right to life comes out, you already know how to give it section 33, subsection 2, self-defense, and know that self-defense will come out. Yeah.
Continue.
Yes. Canon knowledge, really, but I can do it. Tomorrow, you don't set, my guy. Me don't ready with that. All the cases, everything with don't ready. No time. They go my hostel. I'll go do overnight for my hostel. Don't set for that.
What are they asking in this mama? What are they asking? Let me go to number 2. Let me go to number 2. Why is number 2 long like this? No, it's not me that will do this one. Let me go to number 3. Hey, my mommy, my mommy. Hey, number 3. Why is Ade committing all these offenses like this? Does Ade want to be unfortunate? Only Ade. Let me go to number 4. Everything is looking blurry. Oh, number 5. Would you? My God. Okay, you sabi number 1. You sabi waiting the house for number 1. You don't know. Ayé dorí kodò. 20 minutes more.